La ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, Muhammed Resulullah, aleyhi salatullah, la ilahe illallah, La ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, Muhammed Nebiyullah, aleyhi salatullah, la ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, Muhammed Habibullah, aleyhi salatullah, sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. Biz Osmanlıyız ve pek şanlıyız. Amin. Estur. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And you are saying that Ottomans, we are Ottomans. The fear comes into the heart of kafirs, the unbelievers, those who's running to bring Islam down some way, somehow. Even the name is making them shivering. That is very unusual in these days. We are hearing that kind of voices that Ottomans were not good from Muslims. As Sheikh Mevlana is saying, the thunder is going to come to your head soon. Very soon. Sooner than you think of. So, when was the last crusade? Do you know the meaning of the crusades? When was it? Çanakkale, the last one. The kafirs, the unbelievers, the enemies of Allah and His Prophet, they thought that they win. But they have forgotten one thing, that Allah Jalla wa Ala Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, He has His game on them, saying, we'll give you away 1 century and run. But end of that century just came. To unbelievers and to believers too. Because believers, they lost the compass. Believers, they lost the faith, so many of them. They are believer according to their ego. That's what happened today. Only handful. The rest, look at the world how it is. Yeah, that's exactly they saying. As long as it doesn't bother me, my business and everything is okay. I don't care. I'm not going to change the world. You're right. You're not going to change the world. But you're going to be disappearing if you're thinking that way among those ones that they're also going to disappear. So, Allah doesn't need you, but you need Allah. Allah doesn't need you to build His religion, but you need Allah. And the religion is not for Allah, it's for you. So, Eyzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Medet ya Seyyidi Sultanul Evliya, medet. Let's renew our faith, because whatever happening to this nation, because the faith became very weak. Just the name is staying. The faith is not generating nothing. It's not moving the man to do something, to run for Allah's sake. But for dunya, 24 hours. But don't forget, Azrael is on your neck. You're running to build your dunya. But the Azrael is breathing on you. Before you build it, you'll be out from the world. Then you say, what I did? Why did I live? What was the reason of my creation? So many have forgotten again. We should remind that. That's the only thing we are doing. We're not putting anything new. We're not changing anything. We are just reminding ourselves and you and those who's listening. It's up to you. You can take it any way you want. You can claim that you reached the Sidratul Muntaha. It's okay. You can say that you are a good one. You can say whatever you want. I'm not bothering anybody. MashaAllah. That it became something that you're not bothering anybody. That's what you have been created, to bother somebody. I'm alone. I live alone. I don't bother anybody, and I just do some things, and that's it. No, it's not it. It's not it for you. Because if that was it anyway, you'll be very comfortable. But you know that you are not. And so many is running away, especially this kind of associations. And especially my kind of person. They're running away. And I am getting mails. Some people saying to me, you know, Shaykh Effendi, I like to be around you, but anytime I'm with you, I feel fear comes to me. Because only thing you're reminding us all the time, the death. Sounds like it? Do you like to hear that? Yeah, that's what I'm going to remind you. And myself. Yes. You come around or not, doesn't matter. You will find something other else to remind you. And you'll be shocked one day when the reminder is going to come to you from very close ones that you love. You'll be shocked that time. Because you're running away. Yes. Why are you running away from that? But when it comes to claim a faith, your faith is in Sidratul Muntaha. So why are you running away from that? What's the fear? The fear comes from very weak faith. That's why it is. Faith is very weak. If the faith is strong, you will have no fear from that. You will have fear from Allah, not from death. Yes. But today's people, they have fear from death. They have fear from the grave troubles. They have fear from Jahannam. But they have no fear from Allah. That's why the fear of Allah, it is all knowledges. That's where all knowledges begins and ends. The fear of Allah. So, let me remind you again, one more time, to you and to people who's listening on the internet. I have another murid just in Indonesia, and she just sent me a message that her father just died too. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Don't forget, those who's worrying and running away from death, before that man will be buried, Azrael may come to you and to me. That part, don't forget. That's why they say to me, well, you don't want it because you remind us all the time. And when we are making so much plan for this dunya, that I'm running to work so much, making new car, making this, and you're reminding us again, slow down. Don't get under the burden. Don't go to get some debts like that. It's not necessary. Don't you know? They say to me, without the speech, with the look. Don't you know that I live for dunya? I am in love with dunya. Don't you know that? Oh, we know that. We are trying. Maybe you will change. Maybe one day something will happen to you and you'll change. Before the angel of death comes to you. Because those who's running in the way of Allah, saying that they run in the way of Allah, and if they are acting like those that who's not running in the way of Allah, and they are outside, it's more dangerous to those who's running in the way of Allah. Because those ones, at least, they are not claiming that they are running for Allah's sake. They are saying, I'll do everything that fits to my ego. That's what they are saying. Yes. And those who are saying, I am living for Allah. And when you look at their job and their intention and what they are running for, is other than that, well, that is another level of munafiq. Don't forget that. Because what the word is something else, and the action is something else. So wake up to yourself, if you like. If you don't like it, continue sleeping. This is not something new. They are saying to me, you are putting fear. That's what prophets came to remind people, to say to them that the value of this world in the presence of your Lord, it doesn't even has one mosquito wing value. And you're giving more value than that to the world? Allah saying to you, no, it's not. It has no value. Everything that is very valuable in your eyes, it is for you. It's for your service. And you, I have created you for my service. And I have made you to be my Khalifa on the earth. Send that one home. Who's sleeping? That's this kind of sohbet bothers them, right? They have to sleep. Go home. And you sleep home. Yes. So, when we're going to wake up, when the Azrael is going to come, and when you're going to fulfill that, what Allah saying to you, what He has created you for. You're just going to say, I am a Khalifa of Allah and walking on the earth. So many there is today in the earth like that. Claiming so many titles to themselves, or some other ones giving to some other ones. Because their brain is working that way too. And what happens then? Who's cheating? Allah and His Prophet? Angels or shaitans? Definitely it's shaitans. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He said to the angels, I will create someone on earth to be my Khalifa. And the angels, they said, oh, Ya Rabbi, You will create a man who's going to be very tyrant, who's going to put bloodshed. So the angels, they were right in some ways. And Allah saying, yes, those ones that they prove that they are my Khalifa, they're going to be exception. Those ones that they're going to put bloodshed and they're going to be tyrannizing themselves first and others. Then they will go with Shaitan together. So wake up to yourself. Doesn't matter what you claim to your own selves, worldly or heavenly. Sit down and judge your own self. Because too many people today, is not only they became liar to outside, to world, they became liar to themselves. They sit down and they lie everything about themselves. And that is very surprising. You may try to lie to other people. How you are lying to your own self? What kind of heedlessness is that? That means you are completely in heedless situation, that Allah is watching you and you're not remembering that part. And His Prophet is watching you. And His angels are watching you. If there will be no angels watching you, there will be one right and one left always accompanying you 24 hours. And the right one is writing the good deeds. And the left one is writing the bad deeds. Just like the camera. You're recording. They are recording you. Don't forget. They don't need access to your own houses and your own rooms. They already have the access. And their equipment is with them all the time. And they are, yes, videotaping you. They are. And me. Everyone. To the prophets too. And why you think they are doing that? All that is for what? You're not knowing in the world. So many people not knowing until they die. They don't even, right now, billions of people on the face of earth, they may not even heard about this. But for them, not hearing is not changing the reality. But you are hearing, and you are knowing, and you are believing. If you are not believing, you lose your faith. Amentu billahi ve melaiketihi. Yes. You're believing in one Allah, Jalla wa ala, subhanahu wa ta'ala, and His angels. Why do you think that is the part of the faith, the testimony of the faith? Why He's mentioning the angels to you, saying to you that they are witnessing, to understand. You may lie to the world. Do a favor to your own self. Don't lie to your own self. You may claim so many things that you're doing this for that and for this. Don't lie to yourself. Get up at night time, sit in one corner and ask yourself. Say, shut down these shaitanic equipments. Shut down your lights. Sit in the dark a little bit. Say to yourself, I'm in the grave now, what will happen? Question yourself. Say you did this. You show to people you did it because of this, because of Allah. Say to me, my ego, why you did it. You will know the answer. You don't need anybody to tell you. You're going to know the answer by yourself. If you still want to cheat your own self, welcome. The prophets, they have been sent as a reminder. Mubashiran and Naziran. Yes. They have been sent to remind people. Yes. And the Prophet has reminded us and continuing reminding us. You will not be able to escape. As soon as you say the Shahadat, oh, you have excuses. Yeah. Endless. You have endless excuses. You should prepare one for Azrael when he's coming to you. Say to him, I have this excuse. You came too early. Go ahead, they are doing that. Start from tonight if you like. Start from now. So why you are living, first you have to know. And that's what we are here for. Reminding ourselves why we are here. Why we are worshipping. What is the meaning of worshipping? Worshipping, it is only when specific timing coming, going up and down like robot, without feeling, without understanding. When there is some people to do, when there is no people to do, not to do. And to say, I am busy, is that what it is? Yes. To so many, that's what it is. It became a tradition. After a while, certain things becomes people, when they put weaknesses on top of it, they start excusing themselves, and slowly they start believing the excuses that they are making to themselves. Don't fool yourself. Don't. Because you're not going to be able to face what is waiting. What is waiting for you and for me. Preparation. Don't think that, oh, we're just going to get away like that. No. Don't you see? You are going to a restaurant or any place, and you go and you say, just give me a cup of coffee. You have to pay a price for it. Oh, in these days, it's not a coffee only. Water. Go to a restaurant and say, give me a water. And don't pay for it. And look what happens to you. You know what will happen. I don't have to tell you that. I don't have to go into details. And if you still don't know, by tomorrow morning, go and check it out. Open the refrigerator, go to supermarket, go anywhere, open the refrigerator, take one bottle of water and walk out. Should be easy for you to understand that you will spend the rest of the night until morning in the jail for a water. Yes. And you're paying a price for that. And there is no price. That Allah grants you everything. Everything that you are in need of. Everything for your pleasure. Everything that you don't need. And all He wants in return, saying, I want you to be a thankful servant to me. Nothing else. And being thankful servant, not just to say, I am thankful servant. This actions you have to do. And your reasoning of creation is to do that. That's why I have created you. So what you will do, what we will do, how it thinks, how it feels. So think on it. And if you still feel good about it, run wild. It's okay. Somebody is going to hold your reins one day. You're not going to run too wild, especially in these days. Left and right, before you turn left, before you turn right. Incidents happening, but the people, they also disconnected themselves from the real world. And they are living in imagining world, imaginationing. Everything is right in front of them. They are technology in their hand, but they are ignoring this sight that Allah is showing signs to say, look, this happened in the world today. That happened world today. This has happened very near to you. This has happened in your own house. Yes. People looking. Oh, tornadoes happening. And earthquakes are happening. And floods are happening. And they are talking to each other, making so much sound. A flood happened in your own houses. Next time he may swallow you with the house. You're complaining now. Oh, the tradition has just reached to this much. It doesn't go beyond that. That's exactly what the people of Nuh, they said. When Nuh alayhi salam said to them, this is why I'm building this. And he was building the ship right on top of the mountain. And when he is calling them to come in, they say, for just one split second to think that you are right, it's going to be a flood. You're building that all the way up there. And there is higher than that. We will go up. We don't need your ship. And he said to them, no, this is just a reminder to you that all those waters, they're going to reach all the way up here. And those top mountains that you see, they're going to disappear in these waters. And only safety on this earth is going to be this ship. There is nothing else. They still didn't believe. Who didn't believe? The closest one to him. They said to him, oh, we know you, you're just getting very old now. And time to time you're talking very foolish. And we're not taking that. We're not accepting that. And they didn't. Who didn't? His own son. His own son didn't. His own wife didn't. So where are we in this picture? Sit and think. Sit and say to yourself, if I was that time there, what would I do? Be sincere to yourself, please. Don't act like saint. Don't walk like saint. Be sincere to your own self. To understand, as we say, when you're going to understand that, when you know why you are doing things, for what reason you are doing things. If you are doing things for sake of Allah, check yourself 100%, say this is for sake of Allah. You will find yourself in the sight of Nuh alayhi salam. But when you will find that it's not for sake of Allah, really, you will find yourself in opposition against to Nuh alayhi salam. And that test is going to be giving to this whole mankind. Soon it's happening. Because same flood is going to happen very soon. Stop acting foolish. Acting and thinking that, oh, some is thinking, Mehdi just came, Isa just came, Armageddon finished, Dabbatul Arz is out, and the world is paradise. You see how heedless, You see how much ghaflat the man is in? The world turned into a hell. In each person's house is a hell. You know, I don't have to tell you. You know that you turn your houses into a hell. Female and males eating each other like a wild creatures. Children and parents, they are eating each other like a wild creatures. You have no peace in your own houses. If there is 24 hours, you have no peace. 3 people in the same house, they will not have peace more than 1 hour. And you are saying to me that this world is paradise? The Mahdi is here? Subhanallah. What a weak Mahdi is that. He couldn't do the job definitely that time. Then we're not accepting that Mahdi. Yes. But only the fool believes on that, the fools. Shaitans, that's definitely is not believing on that. Shaitans, they preparing, waiting, saying, the days are getting shorter. Why? Dajjal is going to come out. But to them, Dajjal already came out too. And what's all this? When we say, so where are we standing now? Oh, did we have the feast with Ibrahim alayhi salam too? And we didn't know? And what's that? You're putting something new in it? I never read that in the Mahdi's alamats that is going to be. Okay. Foolish ones. Go ahead, fool yourself a little bit more. And those who wants to be fool, go ahead, run, be fool. It's okay. But this world is going to enter into that. You cannot escape. You cannot escape if you are above the earth. You're not going to be escaping if you are under the earth. Because this test, Allah saying, Jalla wa ala, subhanahu wa ta'ala, this will be a test. From Adam alayhi salam to all the way to the end, all children of Adam. It's going to be Allah Jalla wa ala, He is taking revenge one time, He is saying. And the confusion of Dajjal, it's going to reach to the graves. All those who's going to be in the grave, they're going to be tested too. So you cannot escape if you say to yourself, oh, Dajjal finished, Mahdi just came, this finished. You cannot escape. If the Azrael comes to you, yes, you may escape what's happening about the earth, but you're not going to be able to escape what's happening in the grave. You cannot run away. You can fool yourself much as you want, but you cannot run away. So wake up to yourself. Our word is to those who's calling themselves believers. And take it any way you want it. And you can call me again tomorrow. You can say, thousands of males say, oh, Sheikh, don't remind us that, because we are scared again. Yes. But for you and for me, the best policy to remember 24 hours a day. Because when you are remembering that, when you are remembering the angel of that time your faith means very high. And that time you know exactly why you do things. And when you do things, you look to understand, is there is any benefit in it for me? Or is there any curse in it for me? You will know by yourself that time. You don't just go into a fun train and you think that you are in Disneyland and riding the train up and down, knowing that you are secure, tied up, and saying it's fun, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be that fun. To those that their faith is shaky, definitely it is not fun to those right now when they are hearing these words. Because, yes, if you are here, you must have a drop of faith at least. If you open the television and you watch this, you must have some faith. If one day you're just going to come across with this video and you're going to say, let me listen, definitely you have some faith. So say to yourself, where is my faith? Is my faith in the level of 0? Went all the way down? Or is up? If it's up, you're going to understand that these words are 100% correct from now until Judgment Day. Because it's not my words. It's the reminders of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. You can say much as you want. Brother, is this Sahih Hadith? Yes. Another big sickness of this time. Brother, is Sahih Hadith? One is not Sahih, so I don't know, so I don't accept any Hadith. You don't accept any Hadith means you don't accept the Prophet. You don't accept the Prophet, that means you don't accept the Quran Kareem. You can go much up and down. It's okay. You're not going to reach anywhere. You're just going to be another Wahhabi mark on your head. Yes. One mark is going to be on your head saying sign for Jahannam. The Betul Arz is going to put that to you, to me. And all those that they just passed and they are engraved, that's already been marked. Mark is there. So, what will happen if the mark is not there? You think the angels, they forget? They don't. So wake up. Wake up. The flood of Nuh alayhi salam is about time that is going to start. And the flood of Nuh alayhi salam is not water this time. Yes, it's going to be fire. Some saying that, oh, we want people to die. No. We don't want people to die that way. That's why we are giving reminder to them and to ourselves. Because the mankind, they have received the anger of Allah Jalla wa ala. And it is written to them, saying, this is going to happen to you. And if you want to escape, say astaghfirullah. Keep my orders, turn back to me. I will save you. There is no other way. There is no other safety. I mean, Allah tawfiq. This much is enough for you and for me. You can say as you like. You can think any way you want. But you're not changing anything from the reality. You can say, I accept this part and I don't accept that part. You're not changing the reality. The reality is there. So, first, understand why you have been created. And run to live, to fulfill the orders of Allah on you. And the orders of Allah to you, it is not just to go once a week to Jummah and lay there to say, I do as I like. Yeah, of course. Allah didn't put a chain around your neck like animals to say, taking this many chains and saying to this, shall take this ones because the leash is in your hand. He didn't put that kind of leash. But there is different type of leash. It's around on your neck and my neck. So, if you have intelligence, which today's people, they are claiming, because they are proud. I did this, and I did that. Such an intelligence. You did, mashallah. You didn't even realize it, that you are so weak that if it's not for his permission, the air doesn't come in. You didn't realize that part. Because you are taking that air 24 hours a day in ghaflat. Yes. You're not remembering Allah every time you are inhaling that air. You're not remembering. And yes, you're taking that air in that way, clean, you give out dirty smell. But those ones, they have reached to their station, they are taking that air in, and when they blow to a man, they give cure to their sicknesses. Yes. Just fits this to those people who's claiming Cumhuriyet and to Selanikli, those evil ones who came, who they were the tools of Shaitan together to bring Islam down. It just happened in the end era of Ottoman Empire and beginning of New Cumhuriyet. And the New Cumhuriyet, New Republic, no longer Islam. The seculars, they hate me with this or that. So many who claims religion, they hate me also for that. Hate much as you want. It's not going to bring you anywhere. And the time of the new republic just established, there will be a gathering in one person's house that he was working for a palace once upon a time. And he was somebody high authority. And through that exchanging, someday falling into the side of the Cumhuriyet also. And they keep their positions because it fit to their agenda. And there will be a circumcision ceremony was going to happen in that wealthy man's house. He had 2 sons, and it was supposed to be a circumcision ceremony for one of them. And he invited so many people, and he invited people also from the government, ministers, other people came. He was someone high, respected. They went to that. And the new Minister of Health was there too, for the Republic of Turkey. The Minister of Health was there. And that man, he also had a sheikh. And he called that one too, very old. He's sitting over there. He came for blessing of the child. And the owner of the house, the father of the child, is speaking to him, to the sheikh, and saying to him, "Oh, my sheikh, I have another son inside the room. He is pretty sick. He is not normal. He doesn't have normal activities. And what do you call those kind of people? Handicap. Some sickness that he has. We couldn't find cure through medicine. And please, can I take you to the room to pray for him that it may become cure?" And he said, "Yes, my son, you can do that." And the Minister of Health at that time is standing over there listening what they are speaking, and is jumping and saying, "There will be no such a thing like that. There is medicine and there is doctors. You have to bring the kit because our empire is stay behind. Now we have so many doctors came from Europe and you have to bring that child for doctors to check. There will be no such a thing, praying and getting cured. And that old man just put his head listening, and all of a sudden he just turned and looked at him and saying to him, "Oh, you donkey, you shut up." Cumhuriyet time, Selanikli put places in the streets everywhere hanging, every imam, every sheikh, and this sheikh saying to a minister, "Oh, donkey," oh, he's boiling, he wants to kill him, and he just turned to the man saying, "Bring the kid here, my son." And while he is boiling, he's preparing. So many other people there, of course. He's holding his horses, saying, "Wait to see what I'll do to you now." They have the power in their hand, of course, at time. Worldly power. They have the knife in their hand. They can cut from any side they like it to. Just sometimes, when people like that is standing up, if their whole world has knife in their hand, they cannot touch those ones. And that one sitting and waiting, and they brought the kid to him, and the minister is looking. He's going to be witness for this backwarded man, what he's doing. And he put his hand, he recites some prayers on him. You start blowing on him and saying, "Inshallah, he will find cure. Take him to the room." And he took him to the room, and he turned back to that minister. First he said to him with a very strong voice, majestic voice, saying, "You shut up, you donkey." Make him to boil. Then he turned around saying to him, "Oh, my son," with a nice voice saying, "What is your name?" "My name is this." He said to him, "Order for you to be the minister of the health, you should be knowing something from the health. You must be a doctor." "Yes, I finished this school in this universities." Say, "Good, my son." He said to him, "You also know when I call you donkey, you just got upset, right?" Still shivering. He says, "You also know that as soon as you get upset, your blood pressure has changed. And it reached all the way up. You feel the heat on your head. The blood rush up and down." Yes. "And if you have this part of the body that is sick, if you have a heart problem, you may have a heart attack, right?" "Yes." "If you have this problem, you may have..." Yes. He says, "Good, my son. So, with one word, my word, saying to you, donkey, I'll make you to become sick." No? So you just became a sick person. Because everybody, activity of the body has changed. It's not normal now. So even now it's not normal. You see it. Be sincere to yourself. Say to yourself, are you still upset? You know that that's still continuing, going up and down. Said, "Yes." Said, "Good, my son. So, for you to be the health minister of this government, you must also have some position in the old government, in the Ottoman time. You must have some faith. And you believe in a book of Allah. Of course. Good." Says, "With one word, with one man's word, I'll make you to become sick. And what will happen with the word of Allah? Can this child become a cure with the word of Allah?" He says, "Every time I am breathing the air in. I am remembering my Lord. Giving out. I am remembering my Lord. And I'm asking him to give cure to this child. Do you think that that is something too much to ask? Yes, that minister, he was sincere. He had some strong bloodline that reached to him, saying, yes, you are right. You are 100% right. Says, please, forgive me. I'm going to go. I'm going to resign from this job now on. I will not do this job. I will become following you, learning new things from you only. Femin Allah tevfik, this much should be enough for me and for you, for those who is loving Allah and His Prophet. It should be enough for them to understand the meaning of the life. If it is still not, come again next week. We're going to make another sohbet, inshallah. But before you come, Azrael may come to you. So be sure. Don't say tomorrow, next week, next month, I'm going to change. No, say right now, this minute I'm going to change. That is the best policy for the believers. Ve min Allahu tevfik ve hürmetil Habib ve hürmetil Fatiha. Amin. Selamun Aleyküm. Rahmetullah ve berekatuhu. Evet, this much is enough for tonight. Again, we're talking from that, but what can we do? If you have the world, run to enjoy it because you don't have too much time. That kind of enjoyment. If you don't worry too much. Because if you're running to catch the world, you're not going to. Be happy what Allah has given to you. Then Allah will be happy with you. If you are not happy with Allah, too, you are the worst one. Allah is giving you everything and you're not happy with Allah. I am saying, you are the worst one. Say astaghfirullah.